And welcome back to WIBQ. We are fortunate today to be joined by one of the stars of the musical Annie, the Broadway musical Annie, coming to Indianapolis later on. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night is when it starts, a several-day run, tomorrow night through March 1st in Indianapolis at the Muriah Theater. And starring in the role of Daddy Warbucks is Gilgamesh Taggett, who joins us this morning. How you doing?
I'm very well, sir. How are you this morning?
Not too bad, not too bad. So you guys are touring all over the country, I'm assuming, with this show, right?
Yes, we opened in Detroit in September, and we've been, so far we've been north, south, and east, and we'll be heading west coming this summer.
All right. Well, yeah, hopefully you can go where it's a little bit warmer. I know as we talk on the phone right now, you're in Florida, so at least you're a little bit warmer than we are at this point, so that's a good thing.
It's a touch warmer, and we appreciate it. But I'll tell you what, once we get up to Indianapolis, we're going to bring some of that warm Annie love with us, and hopefully some Florida sun with us, too.
The show originally opened in 1977, and now here it is 2015, and it's still going strong. This is one of those timeless stories, I think. Would you agree?
Oh, very much so. There are some references that, of course, age, the recession, the Great Depression, I should say, and people like FDR and excuse me, there are some names that a child or two might miss, but if you keep up on your history, you know everything. But there's nothing timely. There's nothing that expires when it comes to the love of a child, and that's what the show is about, really.
This show has been done multiple ways through multiple media, but still, the onstage musical, I think, is probably the best way to go.
Oh, always, and we're very happy that the movies, the TV movie, the movie with the John Huston movie, and of course the current one out right now. Anytime a new generation, a new cultural outreach for it happens, it's great because it builds up interest in the original story. And there's no beating live theater. There's just something exciting about that visceral quality of the actors being right up there. And I can tell you, as one of the actors, we love seeing the audience and feeling that response and hearing them having a great time.
How hard is it really to do a show that is as iconic as this? Because, like I said, it's been done multiple ways by multiple people, and you want to kind of put your own spin on it and make the role your own, but yet you don't want to go too far off the road because everybody expects a certain amount of tradition through it all. So how hard is that?
It's actually quite easy for us, especially because we are directed by the original director and lyricist. This really is his property, Mr. Martin Charnin. He came back, and part of the reason he did want to do this production is this show was revived in 2012 on Broadway, and he was vocal about his wanting to return the show to its roots. James Lapine, the director on Broadway, took the depression aspect very seriously, and Mr. Charnin expressed that he felt that it drained some of the love and optimism out of the show. So he came back and put us on our feet with it, and I'm honored myself just to be in the company of Conrad Shuck and Reed Shelton, who of course are most famous for playing the role, and it's exciting. Because it really is, any character you play is about finding the honesty, finding the truth of the character. Mr. Shelton and Mr. Shuck and so many others that have played their version of that truth, how the truth affected them. And, of course, being under Mr. Charnin's guidance made it very, very easy.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your co-stars and kind of introduce them. Gilgamesh Taggett, who's Oliver Warbucks in the show's with us this morning. So who else have you got in the show with you?
Oh, my goodness. Itzy Swickle is our Annie, and she's absolutely fantastic. There's nothing more exciting than a child singing Tomorrow or Maybe or any Hard Knock Life. The other orphans, all of them. Oh, goodness. Sydney and Adia Dant, actually, from Indianapolis, is our understudy and alternate for Annie. You'll be seeing her on stage during a couple of the productions. Grace Farrell is played by Ashley Edler, who is she's my personal assistant, and she keeps me grounded on stage, and she's an absolute beautiful young lady, and I can't wait for audiences to see this entire ensemble cast because they're really talented, they're very dedicated and exciting to work with, and of course the horrifying character is of Miss Hannigan is played beautifully by Lynn Andrews. It really is my honor to share the stage with these amazing people because everybody's heart is in the right place and their energy's there. And I'm not afraid to say I'm very proud of this production and everybody's work in it.
Well, you left out one of the biggest stars of the show, though. They always tell you should never work with one of these, and we're talking Sonny, who plays Sandy.
Very true. Now, W.C. Fields said never work with animals or children, but he didn't say never work with animals and children.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's why it works. And Sonny, who plays the character of Sandy, the name of the animal is Sonny, and she is an understudy as well, Macy. And they are both rescue dogs that were trained by the original trainer from 1977, Bill Berloni, who's been doing this since he was 19 years old. And he's an amazing man who only works with rescue animals. And I swear, they're more talented and more intelligent than us sometimes, I think.
That is pretty amazing, you know. But of course, they're the ones too that they can steal the show because they're not always real cooperative.
Oh, not always, but I'll tell you what, Mr. Berloni's training techniques, and he actually describes them in great detail. He has a book that we sell in the lobby that I'm making my way through right now, and it is a fascinating story. These animals are so loved and they're so well cared for, and I don't mean that they're spoiled in any way. Dustin Harder is the handler who travels with us, as Mr. Berloni is, he was training the Nana, actually, for the NBC version of Peter Pan that just aired. So he's always busy. But these beautiful dogs are not just great on stage. Touring life is transient. It's very nomadic, and it can get lonely. And it's nice to have, first of all, 6 wonderful kids that we're working with, and these 2 beautiful dogs that everybody says, don't work with animals or kids. I'll tell you what, they've kept me, they've kept my spirits up and reminded me to be grateful for what I do every day.
Well, I tell you, we're really looking forward to the show. It sounds like it's going to be an absolute blast. Do you guys, sign the autographs and stuff afterwards? Do you get out for that?
Oh, absolutely. We're always thrilled to. First of all, we're just excited that people support the arts because that's so vital to our culture to support any arts, really. But we come out to the stage door afterward, and always happy to see the kids from 8 to 80 that are leaving and just thrilled and tapping their toes and still singing the songs. And all it takes is a couple minutes of time from us to sign a signature or take a picture. My Instagram is completely filled with people that I meet after the show. That's pretty much all I put up there anymore because it reminds me to be grateful for the support and for the love, and to remind myself and everybody that the sun will come out tomorrow, and that sentiment is in the song for a reason, because this show leaves people so happy and so full of joy. And so we're always very happy to see them afterward. Please come to the stage door after the show. We're very happy to see you. All
right, Gilgamesh Taggett's our guest today. He plays Oliver, Daddy Warbucks, in the musical production of Annie. It's going to be in Indianapolis. It's coming up the 24th through March 1st. You'll want to check it out. Get your tickets for this because live theater really is the way to see this. You may have seen the movie, but if you've not seen it live, this is the way you want to check it out. So again, check it out. It's Annie. It's coming to Indianapolis at the Old National Center again, the 24th through the 1st. Stick around, more to come on WIBQ.